welcome. For this practice, we are going to be moving and flowing a little bit more than we normally do in my videos. I try to keep my practices and these practices that I share with you really accessible to anyone, but this is also a very accessible practice. It may just challenge you a little bit more. So this practice is wonderful if you are struggling with anxiety, maybe your stress levels are really high and you need to release some of that. This is a great practice to do. It's going to challenge you, it's going to get in your body, and we're going to move and flow, and then we're going to slow everything down at the end and really take some time to just process, release it all. So I invite you to join me. Go ahead and grab a yoga mat. You're definitely going to want something to really stabilize yourself on. And I invite you to start out, we are going to start towards either the center of your mat or the back of your mat. I'm just going to settle in right in the center. And we're going to start in a hero shape here. So if this is not comfortable for you to sit straight back on your heels, you can always grab a blanket just to kind of place between your seat and your heels to help you settle in a little bit better. We're not going to be here for very long, so again, just kind of notice what you need a little bit more of here. And I invite you to face your palms down on the tops of your legs. And as you settle in, option to close your eyes down or just have a soft gaze down the bridge of your nose. And just for a few moments, I invite you to start to tune in to your breath. So right away, just starting to notice your inhales, your exhales. And as you do, maybe you let your shoulders be a little bit heavier down your back here. And then if it feels okay, I invite you to start to take what we call an ujjayi breath. So with your just breathing in and out through your nostrils, if that's accessible to you, you're gonna start to constrict the back of your throat just enough, almost like you're fogging up a mirror. So if you kind of picture yourself fogging up a mirror, what does that do to the back of your throat? So you're taking that same sort of activation, I guess, in your throat. So your breath becomes a little bit more audible. And if it's too much for you to keep your mouth closed and inhale and exhale through your nostrils, you can always inhale through your nostrils and exhale. Let that ujjayi breath out through your mouth. So it just depends on what's accessible to you today. And I invite you to continue that ujjayi breath throughout this practice, throughout our movement. And what that's gonna do is to help activate a little bit more internally, bring some heat into your body so that you can even further release anxiety, stress, whatever your intention is today, whatever you need out of this practice. Maybe take that ujjayi breath about 4 or 5 more rounds. And like I said, I really encourage you, if you can, to breathe in and out through your nostrils, but if that's not accessible to you, you can always exhale out through your mouth. And then whenever you're ready, I invite you to start to make your way to a tabletop shape here on hands and knees. And then really try to ground down through the palms of your hands wherever they land here. And we're gonna move through a few cat and cows just to start to warm up through your spine a little bit. So on an inhale, start to drop your belly. Let your gaze go up in front of you. Exhale, round through your spine. Bring your chin towards your chest. Inhale, drop your belly. Gaze goes in front of you. Exhale, round through your spine, chin to chest. Take this a few more rounds at your own pace. Inhaling to drop your belly and exhaling to round through your spine. And as you continue to do that, I'm going to fix my mic really quickly. It likes to be nice and finicky. Couple more rounds. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and come back to a neutral spine. Maybe rock your hips side to side, just a couple rounds here. And then we are going to move into a downward facing dog. So when you're ready, go ahead and make sure your hands, the palms of your hands are nice and grounded, especially your first finger and your thumb. So kind of those two fingers on your hands that make an L shape, make sure that you're putting more pressure on the inside of your hand or on those fingers. So really push the ground away, and then go ahead and tuck your toes, and on an inhale, start to push your hips up and back towards the sky. Exhale to settle in here. So option as you start to settle in, maybe you start to pedal out through your feet. You can lift one foot and then the other. And then see if you can bring your gaze towards your belly button here. Option to rock your hips side to side. Again, option to pedal out through your feet, through your legs, bending through one knee and then the other. Just kind of notice how this feels and continue that ujjayi breath here. So that slight constriction in the back of your throat. Maybe come to some stillness here. Notice how this feels. Notice what parts of your body start to feel a nice stretch here. And then whenever you're ready, on an inhale, look up between your hands. And then exhale, start to walk your feet all the way to the front of your mat. And you're going to come into a forward fold here. So we're meeting in a standing forward fold. An option to keep your feet as is. Maybe you bring them a little bit closer. Maybe you bring them a little bit wider apart. And let your fingertips land down on the floor nice and grounded here. So even if that means that you're having to bend your knees a lot in order to get your fingertips to touch the floor, that's okay. Just try to land them on the floor. And then an option to rock side to side, keeping your fingertips or even the palms of your hands grounded. So the bottoms of your feet are grounded and either your fingertips or the palms of your hands are grounded on the floor. Bend through one knee and then the other. Rock side to side. Couple more rounds of breath wherever you're at here. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and come back to center, come back to stillness. Make sure your feet are nice and grounded. And on an inhale, keep your fingertips or the palms of your hands planted. Inhale, straighten your arms, look up in front of you. Exhale to fold forward. 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Last one here, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. This time, inhale, bend your knees, slowly stand all the way up. Take your time. Exhale, let your shoulders get nice and heavy down your back. Maybe sway side to side here. And whenever you arrive, your arms are nice and heavy by your sides. The palms of your hands are facing forward in front of you. And again, bring some awareness to the bottoms of your feet. Make sure all 4 corners of your feet are nice and grounded. An option to have your feet about hips width distance, or if you can, bring your big toes together to touch. Again, finding a stance here that allows your feet to stay nice and grounded, allows you to hold your balance here. You're standing up nice and straight from the very bottom of your feet all the way up through the center of your body, your spine, all the way to the crown of your head. Now we're going to take a little bit of a flow here. So we're going to move into what we call sun salutations. And all that is a really good warm-up for your body. So it's a great way to get your blood circulating, to get you moving, to get you flowing, to also stretch out your body, and it's a wonderful way to relieve stress. So we're going to move through it, and option to take modifications, option to take whatever variation you need. I'll cue several different ones just kind of based on where you're at in your body today. And we'll move through a couple a little bit slower as I cue those modifications, and then we'll take a couple more after that, just kind of moving at your own pace. So you're gonna find your own flow here. You're gonna move with each breath, each inhale and each exhale. So whenever you're ready, on an inhale, start to sweep your arms all the way up towards the sky. Maybe your palms touch, maybe they don't. And then exhale, dive your arms down, all the way down, forward fold. Fingertips or palms of your hands plant. Inhale, look up in front of you, halfway lift. Exhale, make sure your hands are nice and planted. Step your feet back either to a plank or a half plank with your knees touching the mat, so a tabletop. And then on an exhale, continue, bend through your elbows, come all the way down to the floor. And then inhale, push up with your hands. Exhale to fold all the way down. 2 more like that. Inhale, push up into a cobra. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale, push up. Exhale down. This time, inhale, push up into your tabletop or your full plank, and exhale to your downward facing dog. We're gonna hold here for about 3 rounds of breath. Try to find some stillness here. So really, again, push the ground away with your hands, specifically those inner part of your hands. Really try to push your heels down. They definitely don't have to touch. There's nothing that has to happen here. You just want to push the ground away and push your hands toward the ground, push your feet and your heels toward the ground, so you're feeling a nice stretch, a nice opening here, all the way through your back, the backs of your legs. Then whenever you're ready, inhale, look up between your hands. Exhale, step to the top of the mat in your forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift, look up. Exhale to fold 1 more time, and then this time inhale, come to standing or your mountain shape. Sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Maybe palms touch, maybe they don't. Exhale your hands down towards your sides. Awesome. Let's take that a couple more rounds. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, dive it down all the way to your forward fold. Fingertips or palms of your hands touch. Inhale, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, plant your hands, step your legs back, either to a plank or a half plank. This time lower halfway down, so bend your elbows, don't let your chest touch. And then inhale, push up, so your chest is pulling through your arms. Exhale, you're gonna tuck your toes, push your hips up and back to downward facing dog. And again, settle in here for about 3 rounds of breath or so. Notice if you're feeling out of breath. Notice the beat of your heart. And know that that's all normal. Again, maybe you're pushing yourself here. We're going to take that a few more rounds. Go ahead and inhale to look up between your hands. Exhale, step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, look up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise to mountain, come all the way up. Arms rise right away. Exhale, dive it straight back down, forward fold. Plant your hands, inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, plant your hands. Exhale, step your feet back, full plank or half plank, lower halfway down. Inhale, push the ground away, pull your chest through your arms. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Again, hold here for about 3 rounds of breath. We're gonna take that flow 2 more times. So I'm gonna cue, but go ahead and modify however you need to modify. Inhale, look up between your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to mountain. Sweep those arms all the way up. Exhale, dive it straight back down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step it back to your plank or your half plank. Lower your elbows halfway down. Inhale, push the ground away. Chest comes through your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome. We've got 1 more like that. We're going to move straight into it. Inhale, look up between your hands. Exhale, step your feet forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise to mountain. Sweep those arms all the way up. Exhale, dive it straight back down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant those hands, step it back to your plank or your half plank. Lower your elbows halfway. Inhale, push the ground away. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Hold here for 3 rounds of breath. We're almost done. This is our last downward facing dog. And then we're going to slow it down just a little bit. And then whenever you're ready, drop your knees down, come into your tabletop. Maybe take a couple of hip rocks, maybe take a couple more cat-cows. Again, check in with your heart. Check in with how your body feels here. Alrighty, so whenever you're ready, you're going to go ahead, again, keep your palms of your hands grounded. Inhale, bring your right leg up and back behind. And then on your exhale, pull your right knee through towards your chest. Land your right foot just somewhere on the center of the mat. And then walk it forward so that it's about between your hands. And then you're gonna take that left leg, kickstand it, so that your left foot comes behind. So your right knee is sort of in this 90-degree angle, and your left knee is grounded back behind you. So go ahead and plant your right hand next to your right knee, and then inhale, lift that left arm all the way up. Exhale if you can, bring it all the way up and overhead. Hold here. 2 more rounds of breath. Again, try to take that ujjayi breath, or that slight constriction in the back of your throat. And then when you're ready, use the strength of your belly here. Inhale to pull your upper body all the way up. Exhale, ground your right foot, straighten your right leg. So this time your right toes are pointing in front of you. So your right toes are facing the front, your left toes facing the back. Go ahead and keep your arms all the way up. Inhale to really straighten through your spine. Extend your arms up. Exhale, land your right hand on your right leg. Left arm is up and overhead. You're taking that full body stretch on the left again. And then on your inhale, come back up. Exhale, land it to the right. 2 more. Inhale, back up. Exhale to the right. Last one. Inhale, back up. Exhale to the right, and then go ahead and land your hands in front of you. An option to land your fingertips or the palms of your hands, and just rock forward and back a couple more rounds here. Feeling that stretch wherever you feel it. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead, however you get there, come back to your tabletop. And we're gonna take that all to the other side. Maybe rock your hips out a couple times, side to side. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and keep your palms of your hands pushing the ground away from you. Inhale, sweep your left leg up and back. And then exhale, pull your left knee through towards your chest. Land your left foot somewhere in the center of the mat. And then if you can, walk that foot forward. So you can stay exactly where you're at. I'm gonna switch sides so you can see me, so I'm not facing away from you. And then same thing, you're gonna kickstand your right foot. So your right foot is behind, or actually technically to the left. You're gonna plant your left fingertips or your left palm of your hand. You're gonna inhale, twist to the right. Exhale, left arm comes up and over, or right arm, sorry, comes up and overhead. Hold here. 2 more rounds of breath. Last one. And then again, like we did on the other side, on an inhale, pull your upper body all the way up. Exhale, settle in here. You're gonna take that same variation with your left leg. Straighten your left leg. Ground through your left foot. Your left toes are facing forward. And your right leg stays the same. Your right toes are facing back. So go ahead, your arms are all the way up. Inhale, pull your arms just slightly more up, and then exhale, land your left hand on top of your left leg. Right arm sweeps up and overhead. Hold here. Feel that stretch in your right side body. And we're gonna take 3 rounds of flow here. So inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the left. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale, awesome. Go ahead and inhale back to center, and then same thing on your exhale. Plant your hands and just take a couple of forward and back motion here. Moving with your breath, inhaling to come forward and exhaling to push back. And then same thing, just kind of arrive back in your tabletop. Whenever you get there, shake those hips side to side. You may feel some shifts there. A little bit more of an opening, a little bit more of a stretch. Awesome. Go ahead and meet me back in that shape we started in, back in that hero shape. We're not here for long. And we're just gonna take a simple twist to the side. So go ahead and again, ground the palms of your hands on the tops of your legs. Inhale to straighten your spine. Exhale, just take a simple twist to the right. So your right fingertips land behind, your left hand is pulling or pushing into the outside of your right leg, or just whatever is accessible here. If your right fingertips are not landing on the mat, you can land your hand on your lower back. Couple more rounds of breath. You're inhaling to straighten your spine. You're exhaling to twist just a little bit deeper. Maybe your gaze goes just past your right shoulder. 2 more rounds of breath. You got this. And then on an inhale, come back to center, straight spine. Exhale, just take it to the left this time, opposite side. Same thing, just kind of find a nice supportive place for your hands here. Inhale to straighten your spine. Exhale to twist deeper. 2 more rounds wherever you're at. Last one. Awesome. Go ahead and come back to center. One last inhale. Exhale. Awesome. I invite you to meet me on your back. We're gonna take one more stretch here on both sides, and then we're gonna slow it all down. Take a nice rest. So whenever you land on your back, go ahead and plant your feet, the bottoms of your feet about hips width distance apart. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and inhale, move your hips slightly to the right. Exhale, let your legs, your knees gently fall towards the left. So we're moving into a supine twist here. And take whatever variation you need to take here. So you can have option to have both knees bent, or you can straighten that bottom leg and help you come into this twist a little bit deeper. And I really encourage you to find as deep of a twist here as you can that still allows you to ground down. So go ahead and just start to notice the back of your head, backs of your shoulders. Your right arm can either be teed out straight to the side, or maybe you're bending your elbow slightly. So try to ground your right arm somewhere on the floor. The backs of your shoulders are grounded, back of your head, that bottom leg is grounded. And maybe your left hand rests on that upper leg or your right leg. Maybe you pull yourself just slightly deeper into that stretch. It's important not to feel any pain or not to push yourself beyond what you can handle here as far as tension, but you do want to make this a nice rotation in your spine, a nice stretch, while still grounding down. So notice that twist in your spine. Notice the grounded sensation of every part of your body grounded to the earth here. 3 more rounds of breath wherever you're at. An option here, you can continue that Ujjayi breathing if you would like, or you can just ditch it and inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, just releasing that constriction in the back of your throat. An option to stay here for longer. This is really nice and releasing for you. You can pause the video, or if you're ready to move on with me, go ahead and slowly and gently inhale, bring your knees back to center. Exhale, take your hips this time to the left, and same options. You're gonna let your legs fall gently to the right this time, or opposite side of what you took. And same thing, can you ground the back of your head, backs of your shoulders? This time your left arm is nice and grounded out to the side. Your legs are grounded to the side. Your right hand is gently placed over top of your top leg, gently pulling you into a little bit deeper of a stretch here, a little bit deeper of a twist. And on this side, maybe on each inhale, you picture that inhale coming all the way up your spine. And then on each exhale, maybe you picture yourself twisting, grounding down just a little bit deeper in your body towards the earth. Three more rounds of breath wherever you're at. Then wherever you're at here on your next inhale, bring your knees, your legs back to center. Exhale, recenter your hips. Awesome job. Go ahead and bring your feet out about as wide as your mat so that your knees can fall in together. And last movement here, maybe take some windshield wipers, letting your legs, your knees fall from side to side. Releasing any further tension in your body. And then I invite you to come into what we call Shavasana, or final resting shape. So you can let everything go here. Your arms, your legs just kind of naturally land. We won't be here for long. I invite you to stay in your Shavasana. I'm gonna sit up as I guide us through just a few more deep breaths before I finish out my time with you. So as you're landing in your final resting shape here, again, try to let everything, especially your back body, ground nicely down towards the earth. We're gonna take 5 rounds of breath together to finish out practice. So again, option to close your eyes down here. Just have a soft gaze down the bridge of your nose. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and inhale through your nose. Deep inhale. Exhale very slowly out your mouth. 4 more rounds. Inhale. Deep exhale as slow as you can. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Wherever you're at, I invite you to stay for longer in your final rest here. This is a very crucial time of this practice, especially when we've moved and flowed so much. It's really important for your body to decompress and let your nervous system come back down, allow you I highly encourage you to stay here for longer in your Shavasana or your final rest. It is really crucial for your body to have these last couple of minutes just to be. There's nowhere to be, nothing to do, just to stay exactly where you're at. Completely let go of your body, your breath. Just let your body hang out as it naturally does. And again, if you have a couple more minutes, I invite you to do that. And then you can get going with whatever you have for your day. Thank you so much for being here, for practicing with me. I hope that you are able to get some sort of benefit from this practice for yourself, for your healing, wherever you're at. And hopefully I will see you next time. If this video was helpful for you, I invite you to join me for live trauma-informed yoga classes, both online and locally at the Iris Embodiment Center. And as always, thank you so much for being here.